You ever just stop and watch a bird soaring across the sky and just wonder how they do that? I mean, really. The magic of flight has fascinated people for, well, forever. So today, we're going to take a fun little refresher course on the incredible engineering of birds, using a classic science text as our guide. Our source material for this explainer puts it so beautifully and simply. And it's not just some cute observation, it's a deep truth about how we innovate. This idea, it's called biomimicry, is all about how some of our greatest inventions are inspired directly by nature's own brilliant designs. For thousands of years, birds were the only proof we had that flight was even possible. So, that's our mission today. We're basically going to reverse engineer a bird. We're going to break down all the key features that let these amazing creatures just defy gravity with so much grace and power. What exactly makes a bird the perfect flying machine? Let's dive in and find out. Okay, first things first. Before you can even think about flying, you need the right body. For an airplane, we call that the airframe. For a bird, well, it's its skeleton and its overall shape. And as you're about to see, it is an absolute masterpiece of lightweight design. This probably sounds super obvious, right? But it's the absolute foundation of flight. Every single gram matters when you're trying to stay up in the air. This lightness isn't some accident either. It's the result of millions of years of evolution, creating a body that's both incredibly light and surprisingly strong. So how in the world do they pull that off? Well, check this out. The difference is just night and day. On one side, you've got a mammal's bone, solid, dense, and heavy. But a bird's bone, it's hollow, often crisscrossed with these little internal struts, kind of like the trusses on a bridge. It's a design that gets you maximum strength for the minimum amount of weight. Seriously, think of it like the high-tech carbon fiber we use in a modern jet. It gives you all the strength you need without weighing you down. And it's not just about being light. It's also about being aerodynamic. That smooth, tapered, bolt-like shape of a bird's body, it is perfectly streamlined. This design lets it slice right through the air with as little resistance or drag as possible. Just like a boat is shaped to cut through water, a bird's body is perfectly built to navigate the currents of the air. Okay, so we've got an ultralight, super aerodynamic airframe. That's fantastic, but it's not going anywhere by itself. It needs propulsion. It needs an engine. So where does a bird get the massive amount of power it needs to fly? The bird's engine is this beautifully integrated system. You've got the wings, which are powered by enormous flight muscles, we'll talk about in a second. You've got the feathers, which are absolutely crucial for creating lift. And then you have the tail, which is basically the control and steering system. All of these parts work together in perfect harmony to make flight happen. The whole mechanical side of flight really boils down to this rhythm. The downstroke, that's the power stroke. As the wing pushes down, its shape creates lift, pushing the bird up, and it also pushes air backward, creating thrust to move it forward. Then comes the upstroke, where the wings cleverly fold in just a little bit to reduce that air resistance so the bird doesn't lose all its momentum. It's just so efficient. And this is all driven by flight muscles that are unbelievably strong for their size. And we gotta be clear here, not all feathers are the same. Most of a bird's body is covered in these small, fluffy down feathers that are just for insulation. But the real work, the heavy lifting of flying, that's done by these guys, the flight feathers. They are engineering marvels. Long, strong, flexible, lightweight. They even interlock to form the perfect surface to catch the wind. Amazing. And let's go back to that boat analogy one more time. The tail is the bird's rudder for sure, but it's also so much more. By tilting and fanning its tail feathers, a bird can steer with incredible precision, make these super sharp turns, hit the brakes for a perfect landing, or just keep its balance in a strong wind. It's the ultimate flight control system, built right in. But, a bird is more than just a flying machine. It's a living animal that has to survive out in the world. So let's take a quick look at the specialized tools it uses to do just that. Yeah, we might think of a bird's feet as just its landing gear, but they are so much more than that. They're these incredibly versatile, multi-purpose tools, and each one is perfectly adapted for a specific lifestyle. And you can really see that versatility when you look at the claws. I mean, for an eagle, they're deadly weapons. For a tiny warbler, they're delicate little grips for perching on a branch. For a chicken, they're tools for scratching around in the dirt. And for pretty much any bird, they can be a last line of defense. So, if the claws are specialized tools, then the beak, oh man, the beak is the bird's Swiss Army knife. It's used for everything: catching fish, cracking seeds, building nests, defending its territory, you name it. The shape of a bird's beak tells you almost everything you need to know about what it eats and how it lives. All right, time for a quick pop quiz from our source material, just to prove the point. A really strongly curved beak is a very specific tool for a very specific job. So which one of these birds has it? Take a second, think about it. Got your answer? The answer is the parakeet. Of course, that powerful, hooked beak is perfectly designed for cracking open hard nuts and tough seeds. A duck has a flat bill for sifting through water, and a sparrow has a short, stout beak for tiny seeds. You see? The form always follows the function. And finally, where do birds call home? So many of them are these incredible little architects, building these intricate nests from twigs, leaves, mud, even stuff they find from us, like string and paper. And these things aren't just homes. They're incubators and tiny fortresses, all designed to protect the next generation from bad weather and predators. So, when you put it all together, the ultralight airframe, that powerful and efficient engine, the super precise control systems, and this whole suite of tools for survival, what you get is one of nature's most successful and, frankly, most elegant designs. And this quote from our source really just brings it all home. Because when you get past all the physics and the biology, there's just a simple, undeniable wonder about birds. They're this constant, colorful reminder of the incredible ingenuity and beauty of the natural world. Which kind of leaves me with one final thought for you. The next time you see a bird fly by, just take a second to really see the incredible machine you're watching. And maybe ask yourself, what other marvels of design and engineering are all around us, just hiding in plain sight, waiting for us to take a closer look?